Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Today's pick a card reading is all about you. But this reading today is who you are from your spirit guides and your ancestors' perspective. I strongly feel that our spirit guides work alongside our ancestors on the other side to help guide us. And the reason I wanted to do this reading today is because often we don't see who we truly are. We don't understand our potential and what we are capable of. But our spirit guides, our ancestors, know us on a deeper level, a level that we don't completely understand down here in the 3D. So what I'm hoping you will get out of this reading today is understanding more about yourself, understanding why you are here, and knowing what you are truly capable of. As you can see, you have 3 options to choose from today. The wording on the card does not have to make sense to you. You do not have to connect with the wording, although many of you may connect with the wording. But group 1 is the White Witch, Be the Light. Group 2 is the Medicine Mother, Honor Your Inner Knowing. And group 3 is the Lady, Enjoy Growth and Reap Rewards. Do observe the pictures, scan each group, and whatever seems lighter to you, like you could pick it up, then know that is the group for you. Pause the video if you need extra time to connect to your group. Once you have chosen the group for you, you can get to your reading by clicking the chapters on screen or scrolling down to the description box below and clicking the timestamp provided. I'll see you in your reading. Hello group 1, if you felt drawn to this card, the White Witch, then this will be your reading on who you are from your spirit guides and ancestors' perspective. And as I said in the introduction, the wording on the card does not have to make sense to you, but I do get the sense you were meant to do much good in this world, group 1. I feel that already. Some of you may feel connected to witchy things. You don't have to, but I sense some of you do. You want to see the magic in this world. You want to believe that there is more than simply what we can see. The woman in this card has a butterfly on her head and an owl sitting in front of her. Butterflies are about intense transformation. Shout out to my Scorpios out there. You don't have to be a Scorpio, but for some reason I felt the need to say that, so there must be a few watching. Comment below if you're a Scorpio. But butterflies are about rebirth, and owls are wise and intuitive creatures. They can see into the darkness of the soul with their big, beautiful eyes. So that may be relevant to your message today. We will see. Put an owl emoji in the comments below so I know what reading you are coming from. I don't always use pre-shuffled cards in my readings, but today's reading I am. And I haven't viewed them, but decided to be prepared for the reading because I felt called to use a lot of different decks today. So we're going to start by looking at these cards today to see who you are on a soul level. Then I want to pull some tarot cards that will act as advice for you. A bit of a pep talk from your ancestors and guides. So let's see here. Who are you, group 1? We have the Lovers. What a beautiful card to start the reading. You are full of love, group 1. You have so much love to give. And perhaps sometimes this can be misunderstood. I don't know why that's coming through, but it popped into my head, so you are the type of person that brings others together. I'm hearing you are the glue. You are the glue. You are a very warm and caring person. And I intuitively feel that sometimes this can be misunderstood by others. Because you are deep. You have deep emotions.
You break past the surface and really want to understand a person. You want to bring people together and for everyone to get along. But you don't really like that surface level stuff. You want to know how that person truly feels, not just what is going on for them on the surface. When I'm filming this video, this is timeless, but in current time, we recently had Are You OK Day, which is a suicide prevention charity here in Australia, where we're encouraged to reach out to others, start a true and honest conversation, and truly ask a person, are you okay? Like a real, are you okay? Are you doing okay? I'm here if you aren't doing okay, and I want to listen. And that's the type of person you are, Group 1. You are the type of person that checks in on others. You really bring people together and support the people in your life. You are the glue. We also have the Hermit. But even though you are caring, kind, and a supportive individual, you also are the type of person that needs that alone time. You like to not only go deep with others, but also go deep with yourself. You like to find that solitude, a quiet place to contemplate, to think, to meditate, and to recharge. You have 2 major arcana here. And major arcana in Tarot represent major situations, major things. Your ancestors, your spirit guides think very highly of you, Group 1, given these 2 cards have come out. I sense you are the type of person who isn't afraid to sacrifice yourself for certain situations for the highest good. You have a unique perspective of the world, which is your strength. You are frequently contemplating the deeper meaning of things, and this is a good thing. Because this way of being, this way of being, you, the way you are, the way you think, it allows you to see beyond the conventional way. It allows you to see beyond a surface level thinking. And because of this, you really are my trailblazers. You make your own path. You are an innovator, the type of person that has the potential to introduce new methods, new approaches, a new way of thinking. You are an old soul, Group 1. You have this deep wisdom, which does make sense with the message I was getting from the owl here. And even though some of you may not like to be in the spotlight, I sense many of you naturally draw attention because of the way you are. Because you have these different ways of doing things. Creation, number 19. As I said, my trailblazers. You may want to look up the angel number 19. I'm feeling very drawn to the number, so there is a message there for you. Actually, you know what? I'm going to look it up for you. One moment. But you are a creator. Some of you are incredibly talented at something specific, and I feel your ancestors, your guides are saying continue with that. But in a general sense, as I said before, this is another sign that you are a real innovator, Group 1. You are highly developed on an intellectual level, but also on a spiritual level. You have that out-of-the-box way of thinking that has the potential to help create new and great things in this world. But let me just quickly look up angel number 19. So it says, angel number 19 is here to gently nudge you forward and let you know that it's time to surrender to the process. Your guardian angels and the universe always have your best interests at heart and will do all they can to lead you to a peaceful life. Even if the road is sometimes rocky, The number is about a period coming to full completion and the close of one chapter that will make way for something fresh and bright and new. It also says, this is an exciting time and positive energy abounds on the horizon. Your guardian angels are inviting you to leave bad luck and negative energy behind and step forward into your future. Seeing this number can bring with it a boost of bright inspiration and raise your motivation. So if you start seeing number 19 quite a lot, this may be a message to surrender and let go of something, so you can move towards more peaceful times. We also have adversity. I accept that challenges are the best way to learn. Some of you may shy away from certain challenges in life because there is regret there. Excuse me. Regret when it comes to past mistakes, or simply that you don't want to upset people. Because you are a lover. You want peace and harmony. You want everyone to get along. You don't want anyone to be put through hardships or worries. You don't want others to be put out. And so you often sacrifice yourself because you're just that type of person. You remain quiet even though you do have this deep understanding, this deep wisdom, because you don't want to challenge the status quo. You don't want people to look at you funny, to judge you, which is fair enough. But I'm already getting so much here, group 1. There's a lot coming through. We haven't even looked at all of your cards. I'm feeling something your ancestors and spirit guides want you to be aware of is it's okay to shake things up from time to time. You don't need to remain silent and stay in your box. You don't need to keep all of those thoughts, ideas, those feelings to yourself at all times. Because those thoughts, ideas, feelings, they have merit. You are a creator. You are wise beyond your years and have this deep knowing, this deep understanding that is worth being heard. You are worth being heard. And if you get anything from this reading, I hope that sinks in. The way you think, it allows you to see beyond the conventional way. It allows you to see beyond the surface level stuff. And we need more of that in this world. So don't be afraid to speak, group 1. And maybe you need to write that quote down. I accept that challenges are the best way to learn. Because what your people on the other side want you to truly understand about yourself is that what you have to say, what you think about, it's worth releasing those thoughts and opinions into the world. You are important. You have merit. We also have Hawk Spirit. Let Spirit be your guide. Yes, of course. Because you are flying high, group 1. And you see things for what they truly are. The Hawk Spirit is a sign that you are incredibly intuitive, group 1. You have the power of vision and can really see things from a higher perspective. You are the type of person that has not only great wisdom on an intellectual level, but a spiritual level too. You are very observant and great at focusing on tasks and getting them done. And you have so much light to spread. You just need, that need to please everyone, you need to get past that need to please everyone, that need to not rock the boat, because sometimes the boat needs to be rocked. We also have Success, Peppermint. Peppermint is used to soothe a person. It actually helps with upset stomachs, headaches. It helps to calm a person on an emotional level. Can't get rid of all of the dog hair that's in my house. So I feel strongly, Group 1, that you have the potential to be highly successful down a path that means bringing others together, accepting others, providing wisdom and advice to them, and helping aid their headache, their stomach ache, metaphorically, of course. I'm feeling you are the type of person that is meant to help others, help to bring them clarity, but in a way that's out of the box. A message coming through here from your ancestors and spirit guides that the type of person you are, who you are at a soul level, well, you are the type of person that can truly help others to feel calm, to find clarity, to make sense of their situation, to soothe them. Because you are the type of person that goes deep. You don't put a band-aid on things and hope for the best. You dig deep, think outside of the box and find a solution. That is not what others would immediately think of. Like, you would think of a solution that others wouldn't immediately think of. After much thought and consideration and research, you find a solution that is best for that situation. And with the wording success, well, I feel like this is a nod from your guides that should you find yourself in a place where you are helping others in this way, just know this is where you are meant to be. You are doing much good. You are successful. We also have awakening, energetic upgrades, a new way of being, integration. Look at the woman being lifted into the air there. Beautiful. A new way of being. I sense you incarnated into this life to help integrate your knowledge, the spiritual knowledge that you have deep within you. Well, you are meant to share that with the world. Likely why you do find yourself going within a lot. Contemplating certain things, wanting to discover more about yourself and the world in general. It's because of your soul contract. Your soul contract is to discover that is deep within your soul and integrate past knowledge into this world. Creation. I feel strongly there are truths to be revealed and you are their vessel. And I know that sounds intense, Group 1, I know, but this is what's coming through here. You are important. And if you do feel like you are misunderstood at any stage, then remind yourself, I accept that challenges are the best way to learn. Because new and different concepts are never going to be received from others in positive ways always, not everyone. Many people are closed-minded. They like to do it as it's always been done. But that doesn't mean you should stop being you and doing what you feel called to do. I feel like this is turning into a soul journey reading rather than a who you are. But I guess, excuse me, but I guess they are both one in the same. We also have tree, grounding. I love this. Look at the way the beautiful tree is reaching up into the sky. The branches are reaching up to the light, but the trunk is firmly in the ground. A sign I feel that you are the type of person who can connect with both 3D and 5D. You are the type of person who can connect with your spirituality, but also remain grounded enough to transfer that magical energy back down here on Earth. You can see the tree's reflection in the pond down there. Reflection, contemplation, the hermit. Group 1, you are truly special, and I feel the tree card confirms everything I've said so far. There's this sense of you, who you are, being the type of person who is meant to bring much love and healing into this world. But to do this in a very spiritual way, because I do feel you have this natural ability to connect with spirit, to connect with more. And that is because you can see. You can see things that not all of us can see, but you are also grounded enough to transmute this deeper understanding, this knowledge, to communicate it with us down here in the real world. We also have the shadow and the pilgrim. The shadow and the pilgrim. The shadow makes me feel like you are meant to find those hidden truths, as I've said. And the pilgrim, well, the pilgrim is about, well, pilgriming is all about making a long journey. The type of person who is meant to make a real purposeful journey. Not necessarily physically, but spiritually. You have this mystery about you, Group 1, a very enigmatic energy that people are naturally drawn to. You are complex, and people are very drawn to this. But the reason you are complex is because you have this natural ability to find the light in the dark, to find a solution when others may give up. So who are you, Group 1, truly? You are a deep thinker, wise beyond your years. You are a lover and a trailblazer, a creator. And you have the potential to do much good in this world should you have the courage to put those thoughts and ideas into action, to allow that inner knowing to be let loose into this world. The person who you are, truly at a soul level, who you are, if you allow your true self to be revealed without any masks, you will be highly successful. You will help many. You will reveal truths and assist others to heal, to bring calm to what likely feels like a storm. I now want to get some advice because it's one thing to know who we are, but often we hide parts of ourselves for certain reasons. So let's see here. Advice for Group 1, please. 3 of Cups. Advice for Group 1, please, Spirit. Oh, they fell straight out. We also have 9 of Swords. And, the Empress. Surround yourself with those who you know, love, and trust. 9 of Swords, there is some internal thoughts and beliefs that you have about yourself that are not so good, that you need to work on. And the Empress, excuse me, it's early morning, hence why I'm going to have to cut out some coughs. The Empress, your guides want you to say, put yourself out there, but then ease back and wait for what you have put out there to grow. I hope that makes sense. The Empress is a receiving energy. She puts the work into something, she nurtures herself and others, but then she eases back and waits for that positive energy to return to her. And I sense with the 9 of Swords here that you have been going through a lot, Group 1. Perhaps you do have this internal war going on in your mind when it comes to what you should and shouldn't reveal about yourself. Perhaps this war is also within yourself. You don't completely understand why you react certain ways, why you are the way you are. It's a lot, it's overwhelming. But no, you are worth celebrating. Many people love you, want to be there for you, want to be around you. And of course, this negative thinking, this anxiety can feel all-consuming when you are a deep thinker, when you like to contemplate everything. Your imagination can run wild much of the time, your mind working overtime, playing out not only the best case scenario, but the worst case scenarios in your head. It's a lot. And this is where that saying comes in, your weakness is also your strength. Because your deep thinking can lead you down many paths, some really good paths, and some that maybe don't feel so good. But when that negative thinking inserts itself, group one, that is when it's time to wake yourself up. Because you are an incredible person. You have 2 major arcana representing you. So your guides, your ancestors really want you to work on that negative thinking, because that may be holding you back from allowing the true you to shine through. And the true you is just incredible. But that is what I have for you. Group one, put an owl emoji in the comments below. It's a fun way for me to know what reading you are coming from. But I hope you enjoyed your reading. If you did, please do like the video and subscribe if you haven't already. It's a small way you can show support for the channel. Thank you so much for being here with me, and I'll see you next time. Bye. Hello, group two. If you felt drawn to the Medicine Mother card, honor your inner knowing, then this will be your reading on who you are from your spirit guides and ancestors' perspective. The woman in this card is gorgeous, a very healing energy. She has her headdress on, what looks like an antler around her neck, and a beautiful shell necklace. And the antler makes me feel this energy of strength and also protection. I sense you are a very protective person, group two. And the shells around her neck, well, I'm hearing resilience. Resilience is the wording I'm being given. Shells are thrown around in the ocean, and yet they are still beautiful. So that is something coming through. Put a shell emoji in the comments below so I know what reading you are coming from. A shell emoji. Because you are very resilient. You're a very resilient person, group two. That's something your ancestors and spirit guides want you to know. And even though we haven't gotten your cards out yet, this is coming through. So I have to say it because they want you to know. You are an incredibly strong person, group two. You persevere through the most difficult of challenges. When you are thrown down, you get up, you stand up, and you try again. I feel you have endured much in life, and yet you still keep going. But I have some pre-shuffled cards here that I prepared earlier. I wanted to use quite a few different decks in this reading, so I thought I would be a bit more organized. So these cards will represent who you are from your ancestors and spirit guides' perspective on a soul level, who you truly are. Because they know you very well, group two. And then towards the end of the reading, I'll pull some extra cards that will act as advice from your guides around what you hear in today's reading. Because it is one thing to know who we are, but another to allow ourselves to truly be who we are. Death. Amazing. This is actually a really positive group too, because death is essentially about rebirth. Death represents transformation, endings, and new beginnings. I sense deep down you thrive when it comes to certain transitions in life. Really embracing new experiences, embracing change. If not embrace, excuse me, you adapt. If not embrace, you adapt. And again, death shows you are really resilient. You adapt, you maneuver, and you work with what you have. And this is a real strength of yours. A strength your guides and ancestors want you to be aware of. That doesn't mean change is always comfortable. It doesn't mean you always like it. But you are the type of person that has the ability to approach any big, profound life situations with grace and poise. I sense you are also quite mysterious with death here. There's something intense about you. You are the type of person who can really, I want to say, reinvent yourself. Start fresh if you need to. Try new things. And I feel the reason this is coming through in your reading is because your ancestors and spirit guides want you to know this can really help you in the future. You can use this quality to your advantage. You can see, you have to excuse my voice. Excuse me. The woman, it looks as if the woman in the death card is looking across at the medicine mother. Many of you, I feel, have healing abilities. This woman with her skeleton showing, looking across at medicine mother as if to say, help me. We also have the King of Wands. I love this for you. I didn't look at these pre-shuffled cards, so I really am loving this. There is some fire in you, group 2. I also love that this particular King of Wands is a woman. There's extra cards in this deck. And kings in Tarot represent the masters of their suit, the leaders. But the fact that you have the female King of Wands here, well, I sense you are almost a quiet leader. No matter what gender you are the quiet master, an unassuming leader. Unassuming, is that the right word? No. It's like you surprise people by how much of a leader you are. They don't expect it. And then suddenly you are out there making suggestions, delegating, providing feedback, getting everything in order. I see within the King of Wands group 2 that you are very creative and very passionate and very charismatic. The King of Wands is the boss everyone wants, the friend that lights up the room, the person that brings the fun. And so even though you can be intense, you are also a joy to be around. You radiate this light, group 2, that many are drawn to. You have the capability to lead with both intelligence and passion. And that is the type of leading that draws in crowds. That is the type of leading that people respect, because it not only inspires people and lights a fire within them, but it makes logical sense. Why is this coming up? We will understand more as we get your cards out, but I sense something your ancestors and spirit guides want you to be aware of, group 2, is that you have strong leadership qualities. You have the potential to lead in a way that inspires others and motivates them, in a way that's healing, and in a way that promotes change. And this may be a quality within yourself that you aren't even aware of. We also have 32, intuition. Intuition. You are incredibly intuitive, group 2. So trust that. Trust those gut feelings. You really understand people and situations on an instinctual level. You can feel the energy in the room and understand what people really mean behind their words, behind their mask. Like, you can read the room. Probably why you do have such great leadership qualities. Honesty. I can't always expect the truth from others, but I can expect it from myself. I'm noticing a lot of purple, which again is a sign of intuition. connection with your spirituality. I feel you are very gifted, group 2, and you are honest. You don't want grey areas. You don't want to play games, but you are also connected enough, intuitive enough to know when people are playing games with you. We also have Lion spirit, be generous of spirit. And lions are leaders too. There is something significant about you being some kind of leader, group 2. You have the potential to do great things. Lions also remind me of royalty, which is associated with the color purple, that I've been feeling drawn to amongst your other cards. So there is something very noble about you, group 2. You have this poise, this energy that people respect. You are noble. And with the lion coming up here, I can see that you can be very assertive if you allow yourself to speak up, to be bold and be proud of yourself. Be proud of who you are as a person. If you allow yourself to be your most authentic self, group 2, you have the potential to lead others, to inspire others, and to fight for something you feel passionate about. And some of you may be like, no, Tashi, I'm not assertive. I'm not a leader. I'm not this person. And I would say to that group 2 that you are. Not everyone is the obvious kind of leader or master. Remember the message I was getting from the King of Wands. You are the quiet leader, the quiet master. Not the obvious kind, which is really quite beautiful because you don't force it. You don't force it. Yes, you may feel passionately about certain things, but you don't force anything. You have this sense of calm. You are charismatic, loving, adaptable. You truly care about others and are incredibly honest. But honest in a kind way, not in the blunt, brutal way, like the way some people can be. You want to help your loved ones. You want to help others in your life. You want to protect them. But you do this quietly. Not everyone notices it at first. You are not forceful. And the way you are, your natural energy, who you are as a person, you inspire others, group 2. You may not believe it, but it's true. You inspire others because of your hard work and your dedication to your loved ones, to your passions, to your life in general. I do feel you are very protective of your loved ones, your family, and that is something to be proud of. You are loyal, group 2, and your ancestors, your guides can see that. We also have focus, stock. I'm noticing you have a lot of 3s, number 35, 37, 32, 3-5 on focus makes 8, 3-7 on the line makes 10, 3-2 on intuition makes 5. And death is actually the 13th major arcana, I believe. 1 and 3 makes 4. I'm not very good at numerology, but 4, 5, 10, which goes back to 1, 8, 4, 5, 1, 8. I'm going to look up an angel number because numerology numbers, they don't normally stand out to me, but this is standing out, which is odd. Okay, angel number 4518. Okay, so it says, learn to listen to yourself, understand your feelings, and change because you see the need to, but not because of a push from other parties. This is very clear from the 4518 angel number. In addition to this, 4518 symbolism opens up the fact that you need to start by understanding yourself. Start by understanding yourself for you to understand others. To be able to offer love to others, you need to start by loving yourself unconditionally. Interesting. So a message there is you need to start loving yourself more, group 2. And even though you are good at change, that does not mean you need to constantly change for other people in your life. I remember reading a quote, and I don't know who it's by or if I'm going to get it completely right, but it said, "Do not let your empathy for others stop you from maintaining boundaries that you set to protect yourself." Because you are very empathic and a very focused and determined person. This is a quality your guides are pointing out. And because you are highly sensitive, highly intuitive, you may find you are picking up on others' energies and trying to adjust certain things about yourself to make them comfortable, or simply putting yourself out because you want to help them. Don't put yourself out or change yourself. Don't do that. And I know it's hard, but that is a message coming through. If you spend time to understand yourself more, you will then understand more about what motivates others or why others treat you a certain way. Because even though you are very intuitive and do pick up on their energies, I do think sometimes you likely let your mind take over because you want to believe others in your life mean well. You want to believe they are as honest and kind and caring as you. I'm noticing the Sagittarius sign in the focus card. You may be Sagittarius. You don't have to be, though. The King of Wands is associated with fire as well. A message coming through here, and I apologize if this reading is a bit all over the place, group 2, but a message coming through here with the Sagittarius symbol standing out to me is you are quite a free spirit. You have a wild, fiery side. Whether you have this sign in your chart or not, I do feel you have a fire about you. You are incredibly sophisticated as well, though. It's like you are incredibly sophisticated at the same time and loyal. It's like this sophisticated and mature fire. You will say things when required, and you will say it with purpose and passion. We also have transformation. Things are changing at a cellular level. Deep healing. How interesting. This card goes perfectly with death here. It really does. We also have spring equinox, rebirth. I don't look at these cards. Remember what I was getting from death here. Death is essentially about rebirth. So many reoccurring themes in your reading here, group 2. I honestly feel like the last 2 cards simply came out as confirmation here. The spring equinox does make me think of balance, this sense of stability. You are the type of person that others can rely on, group 2. The spring equinox is about equilibrium, finding balance, everyone being at the same level and not being judged because they are different. I feel you, group 2, are very inclusive. You do not judge others based off what they wear, their background, their job, whether they are masculine or feminine, whether they have different beliefs. You know that everyone is equal. Everyone is, for the most part, on the same level. And you talk to the homeless man down the street the same way you talk to upper management at work. Do you know what I mean? Deep down, you know we are all just souls incarnated down on earth with our own journey. And there is very little judgment, which is why you are such a great leader. Which is why people are so drawn to you. And there is this sense of pride in the energy here. Your ancestors, your spirit guides, they are proud of you. Next we have the village and the desert. How interesting. Notice both of these cards have hands reaching out, lending a hand, having a hand to hold. I'm hearing that Lady Gaga song. I'm not going to sing it, but hold my hand, everything will be okay. I heard from the heavens that clouds have been grey. Pull me close, wrap me in your aching arms. You, group 2, are the type of person that will lend a hand without expectation, without expecting anything back in return. It's nice to have that energy return to you, but you really approach situations in a very selfless way because it takes a village, and some people don't have the same resources, the same knowledge, and you do not judge, you help. You help. I'm sorry about the car across the road. Hopefully you can't hear this, but group 2, you are the type of person who tries to understand people, who tries to counsel them in a very emotionally mature and evolved way. You are the shoulder everyone needs, the hand that some need to hold to be led through the darkness. You, group 2, are the type of person who is truly empathic, incredibly emotionally mature, but also charismatic too. Hence why people are drawn to you. And you may find others often asking you for advice because of this, because of the way you are. I'm just now noticing there's a hand in your focus card too. Just down there. Hands seem to be a theme. Put a hand emoji or a shell emoji in the comments below so I know what reading you are coming from. You have 2 emojis. This hand has an eye on it. Reminds me of the evil eye. Protection. It wards off evil, wards off negativity and drama. As do you for others, I feel, group 2. You just want peace and harmony. But let's get you some advice here. Advice for group 2. This is some advice. I feel like advice has come through already, but we'll get some more and see. 5 of Cups. Don't look back, group 2. Don't overanalyze past mistakes or past situations where you feel like you've let yourself down. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. Anywho, I feel like these ones want to come out. Page of Swords in reverse. There's something here about not comparing yourself to others. You may find you are comparing yourself to others online. I'll get back to that. And one more. I want this one. We have Knight of Swords. Move forward boldly, group 2. Move forward boldly. The Page of Swords upright is the investigator. This is my social media card. And so the fact that it has come out in reverse, I'm receiving this message, group 2, that you really need to stop comparing yourself to others, particularly online. People who post online only post the best part of themselves, the best parts of their lives. So don't fall for it, and don't feel like you are less of a person because, you know, what they are advertising doesn't seem to measure up with your life and who you are. It's not real. And I see within the 5 of Cups that some of you have found yourself dwelling on something from the past, feeling like you let yourself down in some way. And perhaps you presented yourself in a way that isn't you. You put yourself into a situation wearing a mask. And Spirit is saying, don't dwell on that, group 2. Don't think too much about the past or worry about it. Now is the time to think of the future and show up as who you truly are now. Knight of Swords. Now is the time to charge fearlessly forward and don't let anything stop you from being who you are. Notice how the Knight is charging in this direction away from the other cards. Your spirit guides, your ancestors are truly proud of the person you have become, the person you are turning into, group 2. They really want you to embrace who you are. Don't look back, charge forward, and just be you. That is what I have for you. I'm sorry if you could hear the car in the background the last couple of minutes. Put a shell emoji or a hand emoji in the comments below so I know what reading you are coming from. I hope you enjoyed your reading. If you did, please do like the video and subscribe if you haven't already. It's a small way you can show support for the channel. Thank you so much for being here with me, and I'll see you next time. Bye, group 2. Hello, group 3. If you were drawn to this card, the Lady, enjoy growth and reap rewards, then this will be your reading on who you are from your spirit guides and ancestors' perspective. As I said in the introduction, the wording on the card does not have to make sense, but I do love the energy from this card. Immediately it feels warm and loving, like a hug. I sense many of you feel drawn to nature. Perhaps some of you like gardening. I sense you are a very sweet person, group 3, particularly with the apples here. But you are also strong. Put an apple emoji in the comments below so I know what reading you are coming from. I felt called to use quite a few different decks today. Quite a few different decks. So I have pre-shuffled ones here to save time. And these cards will represent who you are from your ancestors and spirit guides' perspective on a soul level, who you truly are on the inside. And then towards the end of the reading, I do want to get you some advice using tarot from your guides and ancestors around what comes up in this reading about you, because it is one thing to know who we are, but another to allow ourselves to truly be who we are. But let's jump straight in. We have the High Priestess. You are the type of person who can keep a secret, group 3. Many people trust you. And combined with the Lady here, your ancestors and guides want you to know that you are the type of person who can really reflect a warm, loving, caring energy, a trusting energy. I sense you are very connected with your loved ones. There's this sense of loyalty. They trust you and they have trust in you. You have many in your life who you can trust. And this is a great thing. Not everyone has that. But you have that because of the type of person that you are. You are a deeply intuitive person with the High Priestess here. There's this inner strength about you, this sense of understanding and empathy. I do feel I received a message like that in another reading today. But also, well, I guess those who are drawn to these types of videos, spiritual readings like this, well, you are likely connected with your spirituality in general. But the High Priestess is a major arcana, which is telling me that you are incredibly deep, incredibly intuitive. You have a gift, group 3. And your ancestors and spirit guides want you to know, even though sometimes this gift may feel like a weakness, it is not. It is a strength. the Ace of Pentacles. But you are also incredibly grounded, both practically and spiritually grounded, I feel. You can see the woman in this card nurturing that plant there, helping it to grow. Much like the lady, much like your chosen card. You are a nurturer, a lover. You are reliable with the Ace of Pentacles here. If you say something, you will do what you say. And many appreciate this about you, I feel. You are dependable, trustworthy, and there's this sense of stability here. All aces in Tarot are about new beginnings, the start of something, an offering. And I feel this is something you offer to others, Group 3. You really touch others on an emotional level. You are soft and welcoming, empathic, caring. You have the ability to understand and relate to other people around you. And this ability assists you to offer a hand, to help others through deep, dark emotions and experiences that they are going through. You are like this light, Group 3. You radiate the kind of warmth that people are drawn to, yet you are understanding. You're both comforting and inspiring. I sense you are like this mother figure to many, and it doesn't matter what gender you are, but that's a message coming through here. Your feminine energy really shines through. You are very present. You listen. You offer realistic advice. You are the type of person who knows when to speak up and help, who knows when to be vulnerable, but also knows when to stay silent. It's like you can tell if someone is ready to hear what they need to hear or whether it should wait for a later date. You know, when they're in the right frame of mind. Number 18, Journey to the Cosmos of the Soul. I'm feeling like a message your ancestors want you to hear. Your ancestors and spirit guides are trying to get through, Group 3, is who you are, the potential you have because of who you are. Well, there's infinite possibilities for you in this life. If only you harness that self-belief, the kind of belief you have for others in your life. You need that for yourself also. Really embrace change and work towards your goals because you can get there. The number 18 can be associated with spiritual awakenings. I sense you are a very independent person. You are very determined and very, I want to say, generous with your time. But you also need to be generous to yourself because I can feel in the energy here that you love deeply, Group 3. You are an incredibly kind person and you love deeply. And if you direct more of this energy to yourself also, you have the potential to do great things. I'm noticing there is a lot of red in this card and red on the curtains. In the High Priestess, your red apples. And red is associated with strength, warmth, passion, courage, but can also be associated with anger and ambition. And I'm not saying all of you are angry people or have like a quick temper, but for those that do resonate with that, there is a message here. There's a message here to harness that in a mature way. Sometimes anger is justified. Sometimes this encourages us to resolve misunderstandings. And as long as whatever we are upset about is communicated in a constructive way, a healthy and necessary way, it can be used for great things. Those who get upset often bring up things that need to be resolved much more quickly than those who are submissive and people pleasers. Relationships. I am attracted to those people who serve my higher good. Yes. You are the type of person who, if you connect with yourself, you really have the ability to draw in people who are so good for you, Group 3. Those who are part of your soul tribe, those who want to grow with you. But I am getting this message here that you need to move past some kind of fear. Stop worrying about everything. Worry does not change an outcome. And remember that you are incredibly gifted. You are the type of person who brings much positivity to others' lives. Your presence does benefit others. There's this sense of, and I'm feeling this intuitively here, there's this sense of you not having enough self-esteem and not realizing how great you are, Group 3. When you move into the energy of love for yourself, you will realize that even more relationships form that serve you in a very positive way. Koala Spirit. Spirit has a plan. I love this. An Aussie animal, which reminds me of home. You feel like home to many in your life, Group 3. I really don't feel like you realize the impact you have, which is interesting because you are very intuitive. The High Priestess, you are very intuitive. But there's something here about you not realizing the impact you have. You are loving yet practical, the ultimate mother. You provide nourishment and are very family focused. You are highly grounded, very attentive to others. And Koala Spirit representing you is telling me that you are the type of person that yearns for the slow life, the simple life. You need quiet time to recharge, to unwind. You need that. Yes, you have the ability to tackle the hardest of problems, but you are also the type of person that needs to slow down from time to time. This is when you do your best work, in the quiet moments. Abundance. Yes, look at all those grapes connected, all coming together. Abundance means different things to different people. But I'm intuitively feeling you were meant to bring others together in some way, in a very positive way. I love this. The Great Gathering. It's all coming together. Intuitive hits, Soul Tribe. Yeah, look at that. The Great Gathering, Soul Tribe. Much like your grape card here. This card is telling me that you are a magnet for people. You are a magnet for people who serve not only your highest good, but the world in general. I sense your angels and ancestors want you to understand that your blueprint, who you are, was meant to help raise the vibration down here on earth. You were meant to connect with others and be part of something significant. And this doesn't mean you need to be surrounded by people always. This might be online or through some other means of connection. But I do feel before you came down here, your soul created a blueprint And this is for all of us, really, but I'm talking about you. And this blueprint included certain personality traits, characteristics, gifts to help you in this exact time, to assist to raise the vibration down here on earth. There's just this overall message here that keeps coming through around you needing to not doubt yourself and who you are, Group 3. Really trust the person that you are, the person you are becoming. We also have Eagle, communion. You are very gifted, Group 3, that is certain. Why do I feel like you are the type of person that can connect with more than just people, but all beings? Comment below if you feel particularly connected to animals, maybe a specific animal. I'm feeling called to look at the back of the deck here. I haven't done this in any other reading, but I prepared your cards just before filming today. And I like back of the deck energy. I look at it a lot in my readings. So we have ancestors, generations, meadow, vulnerability. Oh, wow. You are meant to break some kind of ancestor pattern here, Group 3. You have that ability. And I know this reading is who you are reading, and we are going down, like we're going down a what are you here for path. But what you are here for and who you are one in the same. And with communion here, I can see that you were meant to connect with beings and break some kind of pattern here. We have the grapes all connected. We have the great gathering. And remember, I was receiving that message that you like to be alone, but still you are meant to connect with a group of beings and raise the vibration down here on earth. Well, for some, this may not be humans. This may be animals and plants and other living beings, rather. Do just take what resonates, but there is this sense of needing to be alone, wanting the simple life, but also bringing beings together and doing good in this world. This may be literal humans, it may be something else for others. I actually want to read on the Ancestors card. I don't think the book is in this room, so I'll be right back. Okay, so Ancestors. I won't read the first part because it's quite lengthy. I'll just read this part. You have within you the blood of your ancestors. You are deeply connected to your lineage. The most immediate proof of that being the physical resemblance you have to your mother and father and perhaps even your grandparents. Yet beyond that, although unknown to your usual senses, you are connected to an ancestry that reaches back through the millennia. This is the time to call upon those ancestors, those who are of your bloodline, as well as those ancient ones who have walked the land that you now walk. In many indigenous cultures, it is believed that the essence of your ancestors inhibits many of the physical aspects of the land. In other words, they are in the trees, the water, the air, the animals, the stones, their blood being in the very dirt and sand you tread upon. Next time you are outside, allow your senses to open to those ancestors who abide in the physical world, and any time at all, allow your heart to open to those spirits to whom you are related through your heredity, I'm not sure that word, and those to whom you are connected by virtue of the land upon which you live. You are very much like your line, your ancestors, Group 3. This is something they want you to know, but your blueprint, who you are, your gifts, have given you the ability to break some kind of cycle and start a life that is highly evolved, I feel. I feel for some, You are my build my own community group. Like, go buy a plot of land with like-minded people, grow your own vegetables, look after each other's children, homeschool, forage, hunt, live off the land kind of people. Does that make sense? It doesn't have to be that specific, but if you know, you know. So who are you truly, group 3? Who are you? You are an incredibly gifted, loving, nurturing, passionate being who is meant to bring much good to this world. You are meant to connect more with than just people, but energies, animals, living things. You have the ability to start a new beginning that is unlike many that have started before. I hope that makes sense. You are incredibly loyal, incredibly intuitive and incredibly caring. You are the type of person that people feel drawn to because of simply who you are. But I do want to get some advice here. Advice for group 3, please. We have the 7 of Pentacles, the Knight of Wands, and the King of Swords in reverse. The Moon at the back of the deck, shedding light, working through the darkness. King of Swords reversed. Don't be so stringent on how you put yourself out there, group 3. Don't be so by the book. It's time to, Knight of Wands, step forward and show who you are, your passions, your beliefs. Even show that may be a little different. Take action on what you feel good about. Even if it isn't necessarily what you think people want to see, even if it's a little bit different. 7 of Pentacles, and yes, it will take time. You need to be patient with yourself as you embrace who you are. Have a long-term vision of what you want to create, what you want to do, who you want to be, and work at it every day. Nothing comes easily. You need to look at the bigger picture here and understand that to truly flourish, you need to work at it every day. And it may mean allowing yourself to quietly work away and build, building up your inner power. Your power and authority come from within, with the King of Swords in reverse here. Still stand up, take action towards your passion, don't hide, but know that this is more of an internal battle than anything else. Breaking chains and moving in a direction that is fully for you, it'll take time. But yes, put an apple emoji in the comments below so I know what reading you are coming from, and do comment below and tell me your story. I would love to hear it. Please do like and subscribe if you haven't already. It's a small way you can show your support for the channel. Thank you for being here with me, and I'll see you next time. Bye.